Hello and welcome to One Stop Co-op Shop Streamed, your one stop for co-op news and playthroughs. And today we are playing through Marvel Champions. Super excited! Mad Titan Shadow released today, and now I'm going to show you Adam Warlock, one of the two heroes that comes in the set, playing against, dun dun dun, the second scenario, which is Proxima Midnight and Corvus Glaive, called the Tower of Defense scenario. So I'm super excited. If you want to see another hero, Monica Rambo, aka Spectrum, playing against Ebony Maw, I did that on the non-streaming channel. So go check out One Stop Co-op Shop. Look in the links. You can go find a link to that and watch that playthrough as well if you want to see how Spectrum plays. But today, we are going to focus on Adam Warlock. So super excited. Obviously, anytime there's a new big box expansion that comes out, it's time for excitement. Now, I will say that we are playing on TTS. You guys know we play on TTS here, but please go out and support Fantasy Flight Games. They really do a good job producing this game, and we support them by buying all of the content that we're playing on here. So just a shout out to publishers out there. Really, they do hard work. If you enjoy their games, make sure you're supporting them and letting them know. So I'm super excited about this scenario. It's a little more complicated than the other one. I think both ends, right? I think Adam Warlock's a little more complicated than Spectrum, and I think the tower defense scenario is a little bit more complicated than Ebony Maw. So let's kind of figure it out. We'll start with the scenario here. As you notice, there are two villains that you're going against, and they're each going to have their own side scheme. So let's kind of take it in order. It reminds me a little bit, so I haven't played too much, but I played a little bit yesterday, then realized I was playing a rule wrong. And normally I don't like to see anything ahead of time, and that's where the video was, but it was too bad a mistake to keep, so I'm kind of replaying it today. So I have a little bit of foreknowledge here, but it kind of reminds me of the Wrecking Crew scenario. I think they've learned from that scenario and done a multi-villain set better here, and we'll see why in a minute. So Under Siege, let's see. So setup, reveal stage 2A, so that's another stage over here, and put it into play next to this stage. So there are two main schemes and two villains in play. So first of all, you're going to have two main schemes, you're going to have two villains in play. This is Proxima Midnight leads the Black Order in a direct assault on the Avengers Tower. Proxima Midnight scheme, force interrupt. When this stage would be completed, remove all the threat from this stage and instead deal 6 damage to the Avengers Tower. So our goal here is to make sure that we protect this Avengers Tower. So this unique rule does not apply to the Avengers Tower, so everybody can have their own Avengers Tower in play. Kind of neat, and this is one as well. So basically you can all have the power of the Avengers Tower while you're in it. Force response, after damage is placed here, if there are at least 9 per player damage, remove all of it and then flip this. So our goal is going to be to defend the Avengers Tower here. So let's look at Armies of Thanos over here. When revealed, put the Avengers Tower environment into play. Stronghold side face up. So that's what we did over here. Then put the defense attachment into play attached to this stage. Each player searches the encounter deck for a copy of Black Order Besieger and puts it into play engaged with them. Black Order Besieger, well, ironically enough, there's 4 of them, which makes sense since there are up to 4 players here. And then shuffle the encounter deck, which we just did. All right, so this is the focus defense one. Permanent, the villain who matches the attached scheme is the active villain. Force response, after the player phase ends, attach this card to the other main scheme. So we're going to move this back and forth, and that is going to be the villain that activates. That's what they're talking about there when they say the villain attached is the active villain. All right, so let's see what's on the other side, Armies of Thanos. Corvus Glaive directs his forces to form the front, using tactical genius to counter the Avengers' defense. Corvus Glaive side scheme, forced interrupt. When this stage would be completed, remove all the threat from this stage, then deal each player face down encounter card. So this one is going to do, 6 damage per player to the Avengers Tower? Of the 9 we know we need to lose, and this one here is going to give us an extra encounter card. So it seems like this one, Under Siege, is a little bit worse for us. So it says, Proxima Midnight leads the Black Order in direct assault on the Avengers Tower, and then Corvus Glaive directs his forces from the front, using tactical genius to counter the Avengers' defense. So they are just attacking the Avengers Tower. Let's see. Proxima Midnight. Force interrupt. When Proxima Midnight attacks you, choose to either deal 1 damage to the Avengers Tower, or Proxima Midnight gets +2 for her attack. So we're either going to be doing a damage every time. And I don't think there's any way to heal this as far as what I'm seeing. And the little bit I played yesterday, there wasn't any way to heal it. So I think once it's on there, it's on there. There's no going back, unlike, thwarting schemes. So it's going to just keep progressing, or she gets +2 attack. Proxima Midnight cannot be defeated while Corvus Glaive has any hit points left. So we can get her down to 0, but she's just going to stay and keep fighting us as long as Corvus Glaive has any hit points left. Force response after Corvus Glaive makes an undefended attack. So this is undefended now. Discard the top card of the encounter deck. Deal 1 damage to the Avenger's Tower for each boost icon. So if you decide not to defend against Corvus Glaive, then he is going to do a boost attack against Avenger's Tower. So you got to defend him in one way or another, it sounds like. Corvus Glaive cannot be defeated while Proxima Midnight has any hit points. So you got to get both of their hit points to 0, and then they both flip to stage 2 at the same time. These are the only schemes in the game, so those aren't going to change throughout the course of the game. But we'll see, this encounter deck's going to throw crazy stuff at us, I'm sure, throughout the course of the game. So force response, after Black Order Besieger engages you, which he did, he engaged me, it doesn't say revealed, choose to either deal 1 damage to the Avenger's Tower or take 2 damage to your identity. I don't want to do that, so I'm going to add 1 damage to the tower, and that's how we're going to start. All right, so we understand how that plays. Now let's look at the fun part, right? Like, let's look at how our hero plays. Adam Warlock. So this is his alter ego. He's also Adam Warlock on his hero side. 11 hit points, 3 recovery. Avatar of Life. During deck building, you must include an equal number of cards from all 4 aspects. What? We saw Spider-Woman have 2 aspects that she gets to choose from. He gets to choose from all 4, which is really good, obviously. It opens up the deck building possibilities immensely. But here's a key. You cannot include more than 1 copy of any Adam Warlock card. Or a non-Adam Warlock card, I'm sorry. So you can't have more than 1 of each individual card. I think they mimic this off of Magic Commander format, which is like a 100-card deck, but every card has to be unique. Seems very similar to that. So a lot of deck building options. It's just going to expand as the game expands out. So he's a pretty cool hero that lets you do things that we haven't been able to do before. And I say that about every hero because Fantasy Flight's done a great job, except for Hulk maybe, of making these heroes distinct and each powerful in their own ways. So action, discard a card from your hand to remove a status from Adam Warlock. So he has a 6-card hand. You could get rid of one of those to remove a status if you have a status. Stunned, confused, whatever, which is kind of nice. No other hero that I can think of has any ways to do that innately. Now, you look at somebody like Iron Man, he can tap one of his handguns for 1 damage to get rid of a stunned or whatever, but I don't think there's too many that innately have a way to remove it with their power. When you switch to his hero side, he's a 1/1/2, which is not great. But he's a battle mage, so action, discard a card from your hand, limit once per phase. If that card is an aggression, deal 2 damage to an enemy. Justice, remove 2 threat from a scheme. Protection, heal 1 damage from an ally. And leadership, give yourself +1/+1/+1 for this round. Now, this is the rule I got wrong, and this is why I want to make it clear here. It's an action, so this can only be done on your turn. The thing that threw me off was once per phase, so you can't do it on your phase and then the enemy phase. A lot of times when it says limit once per phase, it means you can do both, but because it's an action, you have to do it on your phase only. So don't get tripped up by the wording of that. All right, so let's see what's new to this deck. Draw up. Quasar. That is an Aerial Guardian. Response, after Quasar enters play, remove 1 threat from each scheme in play. Oh, so if I put him in play, we'd get rid of all the threat. Seems good. Eternity. Shuffle this card into the encounter deck without looking. When revealed, draw 1 card and remove this card from the game. This cannot be canceled. So wait a minute. Shuffle this card into the encounter deck. Oh, that's the enemy deck. So interesting. So for 2 cost, you put this in the enemy deck. Now that gets rid of 3 of your 6 cards, right? To put this in the enemy deck, when it comes up, nothing bad happens to me. There's no boost icons on this. And I get to draw a card when revealed. So no matter how it's revealed, I'm guessing even if it's a boost, I would draw a card. That's interesting. So it makes their deck less dangerous, and it's going to take them longer to go through their deck. Interesting. All right. So Audacity, max 1 per deck. Hero response. After you spend this card, deal 1 damage to a villain. Sweet. All right. And it could be either villain, I guess, in this situation. So it's just a resource card, but that lets you deal damage. Sweet. Play under any player's control. Get 1/+1 attack. We've seen that before. Quantum Magic. Choose a card in the discard pile. Add that card to your hand. Well, that'd be nice if you like played a really good action card and then you wanted to get it back. This would let you do it. Not very useful from the beginning. And +1 thwart. Huh. I could be +1 attack, +1 thwart. I'll be honest though. These only go up to 6, so having extra thwart doesn't seem that important to me. Plus, I can always discard a yellow card for 2 thwart. So I'm going to get rid of the +1 thwart. As interesting as this Eternity card is, I don't know that it's a good first turn play. I'm going to hold on to this one, though. Even if I don't end up playing it, I'll spend it as a resource. Let's see if I can get some double resources or something else. Mystic Senses. After you resolve Adam Warlock's Battle Mage ability, draw a card. So this is not Battle Mage. Oh, so that's this one. Oh, so that card replaces itself. So if I play an aggression card, I deal 2 damage, and then I get to draw a different card? That seems real good. Cosmic Awareness. Remove 3 threat from a scheme and discard up to 4 cards from the top of your deck. Remove 1 additional threat from a scheme for each different aspect discarded this way. Aggression, Justice, Leadership, and Protection. So I discard 4 cards, so it's making me go through my deck faster, which I don't love, because obviously when you get through your deck, you got to draw an encounter card. But it's doing 3, potentially up to 7 thwart, which is good. It's a little bit of a gambler card, though. They like that with those wizards. Scarlet Witch was the same, where you're looking for boost icons. So that's interesting. I wonder if they're going to have a way to play with discarding cards from your deck. Interesting. Counterattack. After your hero defends against an attack, deal damage to the enemy equal to your hero's attack, which is 1, which is not great. Although, if we get combat training, that could be 2. And then if we use this leadership ability, that could even be 3. So that's fine, but I'm not going to hold on to it for that. I think I know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to play this Mystic Senses. And then I want to do combat training also, right? So let's see. Oh, and I got this one in front of me. Don't forget about that. So that's another damage I'm going to have to figure out where to get that from. I am going to pay 1. I am going to pay... What's the protection ability on his other side? Heal damage for an ally. So I definitely don't need that. So I'm going to pay 2 to put this into play, because that seems super good. I'm going to discard Quasar. I don't know why I couldn't figure out that pronunciation earlier, but I'm going to discard Quasar. That's a yellow card. Oops, I would have flipped over first to remove 2 threat from a scheme, and then I get to draw a card, which is sweet. I'll Pip the Troll. Nice. All right, now there isn't 2 to be removed. You can't split it, so I'm just going to remove from this one. Again, I feel like this one's way worse. And then I'm going to go for combat training, so I'm going to pay 1. Oh, I know where I'm going to get the other damage from. Oh no, it says to a villain. Never mind. I'm going to do 1, 2. So that goes to the villain, and I'm going to put combat training into play. Should I not have taken that threat off and discarded? So let me see what this says. Discard 1 card. If it's aggression. Is this an aggression card? All right, you know what? I'm changing that. I'm going to put that threat back on. I'm going to say, instead of using Quasar, I used Audacity to discard. And I still would have drawn Troll the Pip. I would have had Quasar in my hand, and I would have had Troll the Pip, and I would have had combat training. So I do this to do 2 damage. So let's make sure everything's reset. So there you go. That's where they all were. I'm going to discard Audacity to deal 2 damage to an enemy. I'm going to do that 2 damage here. And then, so, badink. Then I get to draw a card again because of my Mystic Senses. Then I'm going to spend 1, 2. I'm still doing everything else the same. Just instead of doing the Justice action to remove a threat, I'm going to do the 2 damage because I forgot this Black Order Besieger was in front of me, and I don't want to get hit for 2 extra. So then I'm going to attack, which is also for 2. That takes care of this Black Order Besieger. So I didn't get a whole lot done with the main anything here, but I at least got rid of whatever was in front of me, and I've started setting myself up. Mystic Senses, combat training, all seems pretty good. All right, let me draw my hand size up. That's a Guardian, Retaliate 1, Toughness. All right, so ooh, what? After you resolve Adam Warlock's Battle Mage, draw a card. There's 2 of those? That's 8 and 7. Holy moly. So I play 1 card to draw 2. Seems good. Marvel Boy over here. When Marvel Boy attacks, spend a fist resource. This attack gains piercing and ranged. Ooh, another one of these resources, max 1 per deck, hero resource. After you spend this card, remove a threat from the main scheme. That's pretty nifty. Soul World. After your deck runs out of cards, place 1 soul counter here. Oh, so remember how we said we were going through our deck faster? So what are the soul counters going to do? Alter Ego action. Exhaust Soul World and remove a soul counter from it. Heal all damage from your identity? Ho, 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 ho. So that does encourage you to go through your deck. All right, so that's pretty cool that he has some stuff. Charlie 27, 114, Retaliate 1, Toughness for 4? I love you, Charlie, but that's pretty expensive there, buddy. I mean, he'd be great for a protection deck, but not when I got all these cards in my hand. Holy cow. All right, let's see what we're going to do later, but let's go to them first. All right, so we're going to add 1 threat to each of the schemes. Actually, this would have moved here first. And then Proxima Midnight's going to be the one to attack. So we have to decide, do 1 damage to the tower or +2 to her attack. I don't have any chumpers, so I'm not adding +2 to her attack. Let's see, do I want to defend this? Looks like I'm not doing much else otherwise. I might have Marvel Boy here. I'll just take this one. So it's 2 attack plus another 3. Oh no, that's 5. That's not great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I might need that Soul World faster than I thought I was going to. Oh man, I guess I should have blocked that. All right, so let's now draw an encounter card. And again, they're drawing from the same encounter deck. So unlike Wrecking Crew, where they all had their own decks and all that stuff, this is just one deck. The nice part about that, if you look at this originally, so it uses the standard set and a modular Titan, Armies of Titan in here. So it actually can use different modulars, things like that. So those were some of the problems I had with Wrecking Crew, and it looks like they fixed them here. All right, so let's see what this does, though. Regeneration Cycle, Obligation. Give it to Adam Warlock player, exhaust your Alter Ego, so you can flip to Alter Ego, remove this obligation from the game. You can discard the top 5 cards of your deck and place 1 threat on the main scheme for each different aspect discarded this way. Oh, man. And I think that would do it to both schemes. So I'm definitely not doing that. All right, I'm flipping, exhausting. Get this out of the game. Forget that noise. I'd have to look up what it did for the main scheme. I could be wrong on that. It might only go to the one that's active currently. Either way, I don't want to deal with it. And definitely don't want to deal with it this early in the game. So that's that. Now, time for my turn. So I am going to flip back over. Let's see. Do I have a way of doing everything that I want to do here? I really want Soul World. Let's see. So I'm going to have to use this as a resource. After you spend this resource, remove a threat from a scheme. And I'm going to use this. So that's 2. I'm going to remove 1 threat from 1 scheme there to play this. Now, I'm going to discard Marvel Boy over here. And, I mean, gosh, 2 attack, 2 life. When Marvel Boy attacks, spend a fist resource to attack, gain piercing and range, which you don't even need. So just 2 attack twice for 2 cost is pretty good. But I'm going to actually get it basically 2 attack once, deal 2 damage to an enemy. We'll just do Proxima Midnight. Doesn't really matter which one it comes off of first. But because I got 2 of these cards in play, I get to draw 2 cards, which seems good. Oh, after you spend this card, heal 1 damage from an ally you control. I don't control an ally. Inspired, also not that useful. So what I'm going to do is hold on to this innovation here. Inspired we've seen before, but I'm going to use Inspired to go add Soul World here. We'll put a soul counter up there just for when it's time to remind me. So when I go through my deck, I'm going to get a full heal card, basically. Wow, this is pretty fun. And getting these 2 Mystic Senses early seems real good. Cosmic Ward. Haven't seen that one either. So we know what that is. We just did it. Cosmic Ward. When you reveal a Treachery card, cancel its when revealed effects and discard it. Then discard comic. Oh, so this is a something you put in play that ignores when revealed events. But it's a forced interrupt, which means I guess you have to do it on the first one that's revealed. So that's the only kind of negative. Ooh, +1 defense. Nothing wrong with that. Karmic Blast. Deal 4 damage to an enemy and discard 4 cards from the top of your deck. Deal 1 additional damage to the enemy for each different aspect that was flipped up this way. So it's 4 plus, it could be up to 4 more, 8 damage. Holy moly. Now again, that's if you get lucky enough to get literally 1 from each aspect. But it's probably like 6, 7 on average. Ooh, and Martin X is a neutral card. So I think there's only 1 neutral card in this deck. So there it is right there, because I did have to build these decks. So it's your 15 signature cards plus 1 neutral makes 16. So 24 are of the different aspects, which means 6 in each aspect. Reduce the cost to play Martinex by 1 if your identity has the Guardian trait. Well, I assume I do. Ooh, Guardians. So they're building out Guardians. So he only costs 2. 1/1 with 4 life for 2. That's pretty good. I may have to go that way. Oh, what does discarding green get me again? Heal 1 damage from an ally. All right. Because that's really the only one I have that's disposable here. I guess I could do innovation. But that also lets you heal 1 damage. Oh, that gives me +1/+1/+1. That's not bad. Maybe I discard this one. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, let's go ahead and do the enemy turn. So we're going to add 1 to each of these. But first, actually, we should have moved this here. All right, so now Corvus Glaive is here. Now, he only attacks for 1. But if we don't block it, he's going to do damage to the tower equal to a boost card. So I am going to... Oops. Let me ready myself. I am going to go ahead and defend that. So I do defend for 2. Attacking for 1. It's 2 more, so I take 1 damage. So it's not undefended. And then let's see what the next card is. Uh-oh. The villain attacks you. No! No. And then it says, force response after Corvus Glaive makes an undefended attack. Well, this is going to be an undefended attack. So it's 1 + 2. That's 3 damage to me. 1, 2, 3. Not great. And then we're going to do this, which does 1 damage to the tower, because there's 1 boost icon on there. That could have been worse, but it's not great. Got to be honest, not great at all. And then, so if I flip now, then this is going to be over here. She's going to be the one to scheme. Now, she only has 1, but there's already 2 on there. It'll be 3 on there, so she'll only need a 2 boost to go ahead and pop that, and that'll add 6 to the tower. So I really do need to get out Martinex this turn. I mean, there's almost no question about it. There's not much I can do otherwise. Cosmic Ward's real good. See, that would have prevented that, right? 1 revealed. Oops. Where's that card? What's that dude doing there? Where did I put that card? I don't know what I did with the enemy card. How did this Black Order Besieger get here? What, did I shuffle them up? That's pretty random. Oh no, that was the boost. I'm sorry. Okay, I was so confused. Yeah, so when revealed, it would have ignored that if I had that in place. Gosh, Cosmic Ward's real good too. All right, well, let's start by this. I'm going to discard this to give me +1 to all my stats, which means I'm probably not going to flip over because I'll have 3 defense, but we'll see. So I'm going to draw 2 cards. Zone of Silence and Magic Attack. So let's Zone of Silence. Play only if you have a Mystic. Obviously I do. Hero action. Thwart. Choose a scheme and discard up to 4 cards from the top of your deck. Remove 1 threat from the scheme for each card discarded that way. Well, that's pretty good. And it's not over expensive either. Let's see. Magic Attack. Mystic Trait again. Hero attack. Choose an enemy and discard up to 5 cards from the top of your deck. Deal 1 damage to the enemy for each card discarded that way. All right, so those 2 are basically the same thing. All right, is there a way to play this? So that's going to cost me 2. Let's just pretend it's these 2. And then play this. Or no, I kind of want Karmic Blast. Yeah, all right. I'm just going to play him for 2. And we'll just pay... Cosmic Ward's pretty good. I'll play the Vest and my Magic Attack to play Martinex. And then I will do, doesn't matter, I guess. 1, 2 to pay for Karmic Blast. 4 damage, flip 4 cards. Now I don't care about flipping cards because I want to heal fully up. So that'll be good. So 4 damage plus 4. I will do it. Well, if I get lucky and get all 4, I want to do it to a full one. So that'd be Corvus Glaive. All right, come on. What are the odds I get 4 different aspects? 0 because I just got a non-aspect. Oh, another non-aspect. No. All right, there's 1. Oh, the same aspect. Are you kidding me? Oh, no. That's terrible. So that's 5 damage over here. Wah, wah. All right. Well, it's something at least. And I'm going to have Martinex. I'm going to have him thwart for 1. Because I want to keep this one down. This one I'm getting worried about, but it looks like there's enough thwarting cards in here. Although maybe I just went through them all, right? Because I have gone through a lot of my yellow ones. All right, let's see what these are. Quantum Magic, choose a card in your discard pile and add that card to your hand. Well, that would have been nice to get Karmic Blast. Oh, Warlock's Cape. What? Hero Response. After you resolve Adam Warlock's Battle Mage ability, so that's the one we keep using, exhaust the cape to ready Adam Warlock. Oh, and that got discarded? No! That stinks. Make the call we've seen before. Get an ally from your discard pile. Major Victory! So he's 2 cost, 1/1 with 2 life. Interrupt. When Major Victory is defeated, choose a friendly garden character and ready that character. Oh, so he's another Guardian. We got a Guardian here. I'm a Guardian. Cool. So they're kind of adding to the Guardians with this box as well. Well, that's pretty nifty. Unfortunately, all I discarded those 4 kind of nice looking cards for was to get, well, first of all, to get me toward the end of my deck, which I don't mind, but was to get 1 extra damage. So, a little sad. All right, let's go ahead and ready up. And don't forget, I am +1/+1 for the end of the round. So I do have 3 defense right now, something that's important because I may end up blocking here. We'll see what happens. All right, but let's go ahead and draw the 5 cards up. Ooh, Summoning Spell. Play only if your identity has a Mystic trait, max 1 per deck. Oh, so we can only have 1 of these. So that he actually works really well with Adam Warlock, who can only have 1 of everything anyway. Discard cards from the top of your deck until you discard an ally. Put that ally into play under your control. Huh. So wait, for 2, I get to summon basically the next ally in here without knowing what it is. So why they got all these cheapy allies in my deck? 2, 3... Give me some 6-cost allies and then let me summon them. Come on now. Cosmic Awareness. Remove 3 threat from a scheme and discard up to 4 cards from the top of your deck. And again, I don't necessarily not want a deck. I kind of do want a deck to get to this Soul World. So that's kind of neat. So same as the attack one. So I could remove up to 7 threat from a scheme. Now, obviously, these cap out at 6. So as we saw, not very likely to get that much anyway. It was only +1. I thought it was going to be +2 or 3 on average. Yeah, I got +1 the first time, so we'll see. Maybe that is more average. Shuffle this card into the encounter deck. Okay, so again, something that gets shuffled into the enemy's encounter deck. Remove 2 threat from the main scheme and remove this card from the game. So these cards are kind of neat, something to put into enemy deck. And actually, they have different backs. So you'll actually know that it's coming. So you go, oh, I can block this attack. I know there's a 0 coming. So that's interesting. It's got a little bit of a different spin to it. The Gardener. Action, shuffle this card into the encounter deck. Another one. Heal 2 damage from your identity and remove this card from the game. Okay, so they have 1 apparently for each one. Let me guess what the attack is. Do 2 damage. Probably. Oh, and here's another one of those resources. Hero Response. After you spend this card, heal 1 damage from your hero. Well, I kind of need that right now, sitting on 3. Okay. All right. Not too shabby. So let's go to the enemy phase. We're going to add, well, whoops. Switch the active hero. I'm going to add 1 to each of the schemes. Now they're going to attack. I'm going to do 1 damage here because I can't afford +2 attacks. The question is, do I block it myself? I have 3 defense. If he draws a 3, then I die because it's basically 5 between my life and that. So I'm going to have to chump this one. So with that being said, since I'm chumping, I'm not going to add a damage there. We'll just give her +2 attack. So she has 4 attack now, plus nothing. Oh, I would have actually survived that. No. Well, let's see what the star is, though. Add the other villain's scheme and attack to this villain's scheme and attack for this activation. So that's 1 more. So she now has, she would add 4. +1 from Corvus Glaive over here, her husband. And so that would be 5. So actually, I would not have survived. Oh, I would have survived because that would have only been 3 because I would have put 1 on the tower. So I would have survived that. Sorry, Martin X. You got to go. You've done your job, though. All right. Please don't be an attack. Please don't be the villain schemes. No. I need that when revealed cancel stuff, man. What am I doing? All right. So it's 1 +2. Oh, that's all right, though. I don't mind losing Shadows of the Past. Y'all know I hate that stuff. Oh, my gosh. We're up to 5, though. If it gets to 6, that's when this pops and does 6 damage per player. Oh, my gosh. That's ridiculous. All right. So let's see if we can do something about that. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. Yep, I'm going to have to do that. Do I want to do summoning spell? What does that do? Do leadership. Gives me +1 to all my stats. Do any of these? Protection, heals from an enemy. Justice. I'd love to discard justice, but I don't think I can. So basically, I think I'm going to discard my summoning spell. Gives me +1 to all my stats for the round. Maybe I put that next to me over here just as a reminder. But then I get to draw 2 cards from my Mystic Senses. So let's do that. All right, 4 justice. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. 4 instead if paying for it with a mental. Ooh, so I could just do 4 or... Wait, what? Wait a minute. What? Wasn't there a card that I just said? Oh, here it is. I was like, wait a minute. Remove 4 plus the top of your deck. So this is 4 guaranteed. So it's the same cost to remove 4, but this could remove extra and gets me through my deck faster, which normally you would say would be the stupidest thing ever. But if I flip over, if I find a way to discard, Karmic Blast too, that's how I could flip over and I could be fully healed by the end of this turn. All right, all of that sounds great. And not only that, but the card's going to be in front of the other one, so he's going to be the one scheming, which, let's be honest, it adds a card in front of you, but that's not the worst thing. I mean, deal each player an encounter card would be worse in multiplayer, but in solo, I'm all right. All right, so let's figure out how I want to do this. So I'm going to discard. Oh, I already discarded a card for something. I'm +1 to all my stats. All right. So now I'm going to do Cosmic Awareness. I'm going to go ahead and just... Actually, let's play... After you spend this, heal 1 damage from your hero. Well, that doesn't really matter. Well, hold on. Maybe I hold on to that then, because I'm about to go through my entire deck. All right. So Cosmic Awareness. I'll put this into play. Let me put this off to the side because I am playing that. We'll pay for it with this and this. Remove 3 threat from a scheme and discard up to 4 cards to remove 1 additional threat. So I'm going to remove 3, so that's 2 left. So I'm going to draw these. I don't know if I have to call it ahead of time. Like, I pick 4. So I think I get to do them 1 at a time. I would like to get 2 other ones. That's not 1. And wait a minute, that's my staff? What does that do? Exhaust your staff to generate a resource. No, I just lost that. All right, so that's 1 different one. That's the same one, unfortunately. That's 4. That is both, though. All right, so I got to use this, doing 2 extra. So that's 3 plus 2 is all 5 off of that scheme. Oh, man, I guess we should look at some of these new cards. Uppercut, we know what that is. But let's remove the 5 before we forget. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what these are. So we got Karmic Staff. So that's 2 cost. Exhaust the staff to generate a wild resource, which is just good. Yeah, it's just a resource, which is great. It's like Super Soldier Serum, whatever. In between, what's this? Action. Shuffle this card into the encounter deck. Deal 2 damage. All right. We got that one. It's like the other ones we've had. Shield Spell. Play only if you have a Mystic trait, Hero in Europe. When you would take any amount of damage from an attack, discard that many cards from the top of your deck, prevent all damage from this attack. Oh, so if you take 5 damage, you discard 5 cards. Man, that's a good one, and there's only 1 in my deck, and it's gone because of... All right, can't think about it. All right, now there's only 2, so that makes Karmic Blast less desirable. Still not undesirable, because it's 4 damage, right? And it'll get me all the way through my deck, and allow me to flip and use my Soul World this turn to fully heal up. So let me do that. So I got Gardener. I got this one. This one does what? Heal 1 damage to my hero. Ba-doom, ba-doom. I haven't used any of these cards that go into their deck. I probably should just to see how fun they are. All right. So deal 4 damage to an enemy and discard up to 4 cards from the top of the deck. All right. So that's nothing and nothing. So that's 4 damage I'm doing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then oh, wait a minute. So let me see how this works. So deal 1 additional. All right. Discard up to 4 cards. So these go straight to the discard pile. So this Karmic Blast is actually going to be in my discard pile because as soon as I empty this, I am supposed to reshuffle, but I empty it by discarding the cards. So this Karmic Blast hasn't gone off yet, even though I took the damage away already. But let's see what this is. Oh, another Karmic Blast. Sad and Cosmic Ward. When revealed, a treachery. Oh, that's another one of those treachery cards. That's okay, because I'm shuffling now. But that does mean I have to draw an encounter card. Alrighty. So, 4 damage done. But remember, I've got +1 to all my stats right now. And I've got combat training. So I do not only my 1 damage, 2 damage, 3 damage with an attack right now. I'm not as worried about threat. I mean, this one's going to go off anyway if I flip. But I'm going to take one of these down to 0. Proxima Midnight. Now remember, doesn't do anything, right? So let's say I'd done it here. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't matter, right? He's going to be the active villain. Doesn't matter. He doesn't go away until they're both defeated. So we'll leave it there. That's fine. It's the end of my hero turn. So this gets a soul. I'm going to flip over. And, so to attack, attack for 3, right? So I did the 3 damage over here to Proxima Midnight. Or no, I didn't. I did it over here to Corvus Glaive. Again, didn't matter. None of them go away till they're both away. And then I'm going to flip over to my alter ego side, and I'm going to use this. So let's remember what this is. Alter ego exhausts soul world and remove a soul counter from it. Heal all damage from your identity. Yes, please. So my max hit points is 11. I think that's the first like heal all. There's probably like a heal a bunch, but that is the first heal all I've seen. So that's kind of nifty. All right, I'm going to draw. Let's make sure I shuffled these well. Up to 6. And actually, this summoning spell should be in the discard too. I just used it to remember which one I discarded, but that would have been discarded. So for those of you who were yelling at your screen, dummy, you got to get rid of that. I did. I figured it out. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. So Quasar's back. Marvel Boy's back. All right. Plus to my thwart, I got some stuff going on. Got some armor. Got my summoning spell, which I don't need. See, all these allies are so cheap. Summoning spell seems like the kind of spell you'd want in a deck with nothing but expensive allies, right? Which makes sense. You spend 2, you get to dig through your deck, but you're digging through your deck for like something expensive, not a 2 or a 3 cost. Doesn't seem worth it so far from what I've seen in this deck, and we've been all the way through it. I don't remember an expensive ally. But anyway, all right, we're going to add 1 here and 1 here. Don't forget, should have done this first. Corvus Glaive becomes the active villain. He is going to scheme for 2 plus 1 more. If the damage from this attack defeats an ally, deal 3 damage to the Avenger's Tower. Ooh, look at you, trickiness. Trying to stop me from chumping. There you go. Well, anyway, so he's going to add more than enough to this scheme to make it pop. When this stage would complete, remove all threat from it and deal each player face down encounter card. Oh, timing doesn't seem great on that. Since I already have an encounter card, that's a second encounter card. And I'll be drawing a third one right now. So that's 3 encounter cards I got to deal with. I am in alter ego. Oh, I don't know why I'm not readied. Should have readied that up at the end of my phase. Let's see what happens. This card gains surge. Nothing. Woo! All right. So this goes in front of, I think it goes in front of both actually. So I got to deal with this before. So it's 2 and hinder 1, which means 1 extra per hero. So it's going to have 3 on it. So it is a crisis. So I can't remove threat from the main scheme till this is gone. Corvus orders a regiment of his troops to assault New York City in order to draw out the Avengers. Or the Guardians. Hello. We're here too. Don't forget us. We're not Avengers. We're Guardians. When defeated, the player who defeated the scheme draws a card. Well, there you go. Guess I'll probably be defeating that for more reasons than one. When revealed, deal 3 damage to the Avenger's Tower. Oh, so there's another one of those exact same Rain of Fire cards, but this one wasn't flipped as a boost. Well, thanks for that. So that's 6/9 of the way done. So actually, if we get this up to 8, maybe it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to have this one go off. So see, there's some ways to do this. This card gains Surge. No ganging up on me, buddy. Proxima's Power. Treachery. When revealed, Proxima Midnight activates against you. Oh. All right. This is... I don't mean to bash on Wrecking Crew, but this is what Wrecking Crew should have been. I'm sorry. This is way, way, way better than what Wrecking Crew was. Cards like this, it lets you put modular encounters in. It lets you put expert in. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so Proxima Midnight activates. She is going to scheme. She doesn't do that part of it. So she is going to scheme, though, because I'm in my alter ego side. So she's scheming for 1 plus nothing. Give the villain a tough status card. So she just adds 1 threat. Not the worst thing in the world, although her being tough with being the one I need to kill doesn't make me happy. Gotta be honest. Gotta be honest. Not real happy. That's alright. I can poke for 1 somehow, maybe? I mean, all my people do 2 here, so maybe not. Alright, so discarding a card will discard a status from your hand, remove a status card from Adam Warlock. So that was from me. I don't have status effects. I'm all the way healed up. No reason for me to stay on that side. Let's see. So I can draw 2 cards if I use my Battle Mage ability. I'm going to do that to... You know, I've never used one of these cards. Why start now? To remove 2 threat from a scheme. Let's make sure it can be any scheme and not just the main scheme. From a scheme. Okay. And then I get to draw 2 cards. So actually, I have a 7 card hand size. Ooh, what's this one? Spend this heal damage from an ally. So I want to attack with an ally. Put an ally out before I use this. Ooh, Quantum Magic. I could draw from my discard. I could get that Karmic Blast back. If I have extra resources, I may actually do that. But let's see. First things first, let's get an ally out. Well, this is the only one with thwarting ability. Although, do I care about that? I mean, there is one more. Oh, that'll let me draw a card. Well, if I thwart myself, I get to draw a card too. Let's do that. I'm going to thwart myself. Get rid of this to draw an extra card. Look, I've been a long time hater of the crisis symbol because I think it's typically not worth the amount of effort you have to put in to get rid of it. Not the crisis, the acceleration symbol. But I'm glad that they're rewarding you. Yeah, the acceleration one I typically, because it's usually like 8 on it. So that means it's got to be 8 turns in play for it to be worth getting rid of. If instead of spending 8 thwart on it, I could have just done it on the main scheme. So I'm typically not a big fan of these, but I like these when defeated. The player who defeats it gets something, because that means there's a reason to do it, not to just focus on the main scheme. I like that it's rewarding you. Now, Crisis is a little different because you kind of have to get rid of Crisis, but whatever. I get to draw a card. Ooh, Pip the Troll. He's tough. While Pip the Troll is in your hand, he gains Interrupt when a player is attacked. Oh, I could spend those resources to put Pip the Troll into play under that player's control. So you could play him from your hand. Interesting. As a response. Huh. That's pretty cool. All right. Well, I'm going to spend Quantum Magic and +1 to my thwart, Quantum Magic, and my vest to play Qzar. Response after Qzar enters play, remove 1 threat from each scheme in play. Oh. Oops. Well, let's say I didn't scheme then. That was stupid, because that would have removed 1 from here. Oh, would that have protected? Well, whatever. I will stick with what I did. That's fine. It's only 2 extra damage, which is actually what I need to flip him, but that's fine. That's fine. Nothing to see here. So Qzar is then going to attack, getting rid of tough. And now I'm going to pay 1, 2 to get Marvel Boy out. When Marvel Boy attacks, spend a fist resource to gain piercing and ranged. Wait a minute. I did that wrong. He's not attacking. Wrong order. It's fine. I already did it. Oh, I could have spent the fist resource. I could have spent Pip the Troll over here to give him piercing, which would have gotten rid of the tough and still done the 2 damage. Idiot. See, this is why there are better and worse players at the game, and I'm proving to you guys right now that I am one of the worst players. But I guess it's not the worst thing in the world because we got all this stuff still. They didn't level up, so let's see what happens when we do get rid of them. Oh, it's all the same except 1 more attack over here. Let's see how he changes. 1 more attack over here, it looks like. And yep. All right. So they don't actually get much worse. It doesn't look like you're drawing cards or anything else. It just gives them +1 attack each. All right. So not the worst thing in the world that I didn't get rid of them, but whatever. All right. So that's everything. I played that in the worst possible order ever. You guys at home know how to play better than I did here. But all I'm trying to do is show you this, this hero deck. So let's ready everything up. Let's go ahead and draw 4 cards. Deal 1 damage. That would have been nice. Oh, that is nice. Because I can deal that last damage. Sweet. Remove a threat from a scheme. All right. Cosmic Ward. Oh, definitely want that in play. Oh, do I have what it takes to pay for Pip the Troll? So I need a lightning and a mental. Well, I got a wild it here, and I got a lightning. Oh, I got 2 wilds. Oh, I can just play these 2 to do that. Heck yeah. Seems good, right? Yeah, I think that is what I'm going to do. And that'll poke them down to the next stage. All right. So we'll go ahead and move the focus defense to the other side. Bum, bum, bum. We are going to add 1 threat to each of the schemes. And we are going to have Proxima Midnight attack us. And I'm going to give her +2 to her attack instead of adding 1 to the tower over here. So she's got +1 to her attack. But Pip the Troll, Pip the Troll. So he costs a lightning and a mental, but I got 2 wilds here. So this one, when I play it as a resource, removes a threat. This one, when I play it, deals a damage. All right, so we're going to deal a damage. We're going to remove a threat and have Pip the Troll, who comes in tough. While Pip the Troll is in your hand, he gains interrupt, which I did. Put him into play under that player's control. Boom, and he's going to defend. So that'll get rid of the toughness. She's going to attack for 4 because I did not add 1 to the tower. And boost of 2. So 6 damage. All taken by Pip the Troll. Now, he is not a Guardian. He's a Mystic, though. Pretty cool. All right. So that was still the enemy's turn. That was them attacking me. That worked out real well. Yep. That's all that. Okay. So I'm done with that stuff. And now we draw a card for them. Black Order. Force response after Black Order besieges you. Or engages you. I don't know why I said besieges you. Because they're a besieger. Choose to either deal damage to Avenger's Tower or deal 2 damage to your identity. 1 damage to the tower. I'm going to take 2 myself here. I got enough blockers now that I'm not as worried about my health. Plus, at some point, I'm going to be going through my deck, and I got Soul World, right? Sure. Sounds good to me. All right, so that is it for their turn. Back to my turn. Oh, my gosh. I probably should have leveled them up. Wouldn't have mattered, by the way. So even if she did 1 more damage, would literally not have mattered at all. But how much health do they have? 12 and 11. By the way, I'm having a lot of fun with this scenario. I don't know if you can tell or not. This is super cool. I really like what they did with this one. Makes me happy. So, because it feels like it fixed one of the scenarios that wasn't quite up to snuff that was released. So I've said before, the only thing I say you could probably do without is Wrecking Crew. The only reason to buy it was because it's unique, it's different. I feel like it's not unique and different anymore. I feel like they've replaced it. So I'll go double down on that and say, if you haven't bought it yet, I don't think you need Wrecking Crew. I think they did it much better here. And yeah, no, this is really fun scenario. All right, but back to me. I only have 2 cards in hand. One of them is Protection, so I heal an ally for 1. Which one? Let's do Marvel Boy, so that way he can attack or do something this turn. Seems to make sense. And then I get to draw 2 cards because these 2 Mystic. Ooh, I got another Cosmic Ward, so 2 of those, and Cosmic Awareness. Well, I don't need to remove threat from a scheme. I'm going to put one of those Cosmic Wards in, though. Not sad about that. So I got to remember, next time any when revealed effect comes into play, I got to use that. All right, so this one's got 3 life and 2 attack. I don't really want him in front of me, but I could take 2 damage. It's not the worst thing in the world. I'm probably going to kill him anyway, though, so may as well do it now. All right, that's 4 damage. Let's get rid of this one. And then I'm going to do my own 2 damage. And again, we'll start with the one with the most health and kind of figure it out from there. All right, So I am going to keep this Cosmic Ward in my hand, I believe, because seems too good. Like, let's say Shadows of the Past comes up. I know it's in the discard, but an extra attacks, advances. Yeah, these are too good. Too good not to keep in my hand. Ooh, a Karmic Blast. Nice. I got a Zone of Silence over here. All right, so let's ready everything up. We've got a blocker with Marvel Boy over here. Although the Troll is worse, but it's all right. I'll use Marvel Boy as my chumper. All right, so we're done. Let's move this over here. We're going to add a threat to each scheme. Badoink, badoink. And you're going to attack me. If I leave it undefended, bad stuff happens. So I'm not going to leave it undefended. Marvel Boy is here. Dun dun dun, Marvel Boy. Give the villain a tough status card. I mean, I don't want to, but I will. All right. Oh, that's a boost effect, not a when revealed effect. All right, so Marvel Boy is gone. Thank you, Marvel Boy, for all of your service. And then we are going to draw an encounter card. Bum-ba-da, na-na-na-na. Yes, that's Superman. When revealed, the villain schemes. No, you don't, buddy. No, you don't, because a Cosmic Ward, when revealed effects, discard it and discard this card. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! I like that, because that probably would have popped this one and given me another encounter card. So that's nice. All right. I definitely love... I mean, you guys know I love Black Widow, and so stuff like Cosmic Ward is right up my alley. All right, so Karmic Blast seems like the move here, but what do I do first? I play yellow to remove 2 threat from a scheme. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to remove 2 threat from that scheme. Or do I heal up Quasar so he can attack again? I mean, I kind of want that too, right? What's this one? After you spend this card, heal 1 damage from your hero. Oh, well, it's good I took that 2 damage. So what is it? Green that heals? Yeah, protection. Heal damage from an ally. All right, I'm going to get rid of Counter Punch, which I just realized I could have played to do damage when I got attacked, but whatever. So that'll heal 1 here. And let me draw 2 cards because of Mystic Senses. Gosh, getting these 2 early was so good. Oh, I got another Karmic Blast and a Quantum Magic. Is there anything in my discard that I really wanted? Was it like my staff or my cape in there? Let's look. Because those are really good cards and maybe worth digging for. Karmic Blast, certainly good. No. I think I'm good. I mean, I might want that Cosmic Ward back. Gosh. All right. So maybe I hold on to it, but probably not. I'd rather probably hold on to a Karmic Blast if I have to hold on to something. All right. So I discarded that. So let's see. Cone of Silence. Choose a scheme. Nah, I don't need to do that. Heal damage from your hero when I used it. All right. So I'm going to use this to pay for Cosmic Ward. So that heals me 1. Then I'm going to get rid of Quantum Magic, and I'm going to get rid of Zone of Silence to play Karmic Blast. So that's 4 damage, and then I get to reveal up to 4 cards. Sure, we'll just keep it on Proxima Midnight, because 8's not going to be enough to defeat her anyway. Oh, come on. No, that's my free resource card. All right, so that's 1 extra damage. Come on. All right, 2 extra damage at least. All right, remember when I said it was going to be 2 to 3 extra damage on average? Yeah, apparently I was way off on my math on that one. I want to leave this one on top, though, this Karmic Staff, to remind me if I get another one of those things, lets me dig for cards, I can do it. Well, I'll just leave it off to the side right next to the deck. So that's going to be a 6-point Karmic Blast. Bum ba bum ba ba na na na. All right, pretty cool. I'm going to hold on to this Karmic Blast because I feel like I want to hit him again. Harder. Oh, I still have all this to do. Don't draw up your hand yet. You have 4 points of damage to do. Easy. 2, 4. Badoink, badoink. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we're getting there. And you, Troll. Knockoff is tough. Ironic, a Troll knocking off tough. I feel like Trolls are supposed to be tough, so him knocking off the tough is makes me happy. All right, but we are going to change who the active villain is. I'm going to draw 4 more cards. Oh, my cape! Oh, that's whenever I use that ability. I not only draw 2 cards, but I ready myself as well. Yes, please. Yep, and I can do 2 damage by discarding an aggression card. Yes, please. Oh, yeah. All right, so we moved that already. Let's go ahead and add 1. Although maybe I discard the Justice one just to make sure this doesn't go off. All right, so do I do 1 damage? Yeah, I'll do 1 damage. I'm not going to get the +2. Oh, there's no reason to do that. I feel like there's no reason both ways, though. Because I'm going to have my Troll block, so I may as well give it +2 damage. So she's got 5 attack. Oops, I didn't ready up. Troll's going to block. Pip the Troll's going to block. He's tough. There's another one. So that's 6 total damage, which more than handles Pip's 1 extra damage that he has. All right, let's see. And then we will draw a card. When revealed, Corvus Glaive activates against you, except I got a Cosmic Ward. I got a Cosmic Ward. Ha, 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 ha. Removes the when revealed effects. I love that card. I love that card. So good. So good. Basically says, forget you there, buddy. You cannot do anything. Makes me happy. Can you tell? Can you all tell it makes me happy? It really does. So I might save Quasar to block for me. So let's start with this. I'm going to pay 2 cards. 1, 2. Oops. To put in my cape. It's a little late. I get it. I'm going to do 2 damage. Bink, bink. Bink, 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 bink. Bink, bink. Bink, 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 bink. All right, I got to stop. All right, so in between, I'm going to discard this for my do 2 damage. 1 or 2. Scooby-Doo, hey boo-boo, what is going on over there with you? All right, now, can you tell this deck is making me so happy? Now I have enough to pay for Karmic Blast, and I'm readied. We'll hit again for 2. 1, 2. So I need to literally draw at least... Oh, I had to exhaust that to do it. I need to literally draw only 1 different aspect here. So this is 4 damage. Plus, draw the top 4 cards. There you go. There's a 5th damage. 6th damage. 7th damage. Come on. Oh, 7th damage. Neutral doesn't count, or basic doesn't count. 7 damage. Boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say bye-bye. Bye-bye. And then I actually had Quasar here for another 2 damage if I needed it, which I didn't. All right, you guys, this was a little bit longer game. I think just this scenario in general leads to a longer game because you have 2 different things to worry about. You got 2 different side schemes, or not side schemes, main schemes to worry about. Thankfully, there weren't a whole lot of side schemes in the deck. That would have been awful if we'd had to accelerate. I think acceleration goes on both of these at the same time, so they'd go up. Instead of 1 extra each turn, it'd be 1 extra per. So I really like this. So far, so let's talk in general about this. This set so far, the Mad Titan Shadow, or Shadow of the Titan. I don't remember the box set right now. It's slipping my mind. Mad Titan Shadow. I had it right the first time. So this Mad Titan Shadow, it's back to, I feel like so far, it's only two encounters so far. I haven't played the whole thing yet. You've seen the 2 encounters I've seen. It seems back to Rise of Red Skull difficulty level. Maybe a little step up, maybe a notch up, maybe a notch and a half up. It's hard to tell because I'm playing new heroes against new scenarios. So I don't know. And these are pre-constructed decks, of course. And certainly they could get much harder if you put them on expert. Maybe their stage 3s are like something crazy. I guess we could figure it out. Nope. Just +1 scheming. Just +1 scheming. All right. So no, there's nothing crazy with their advanced stage, although their life is quite substantially higher. So it went from 8 to 11 to 14 over here, and it went up 3 on this one as well from 9. Yep, 3 and 3. So you're talking 6 extra life per stage. So that's pretty substantial. That's 12 extra damage you'd have to do to play on expert. So I think these are pretty good. Although, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to tell how good these starting decks are. They feel pretty good, but is it because the villains are a little bit weaker? I don't know. I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like I played enough Marvel Champions to know. And it feels like these heroes so far, both of them, are pretty good. I don't know. I'm trying to think if I think one is better than the other. Not really. Spectrum was real good because she had all that flipping. She wanted to change forms. There's a lot of flexibility. I've noticed that as a theme lately. You look at Gamora, she had a lot of flexibility. She could scheme and attack at the same time. Adam Warlock, it seems like he could do whatever he wants. He just discards a card of whatever type. And there's nothing that says flexibility more than, hey, by the way, you can play every single aspect in one deck. That seems pretty good. Monica Rambo, she's 1/1/1, but she could change to give herself +2 defense or +2 attack or +2 thwart. So she could be 3 in any stat. Plus, a lot of her cards changed her and did a massive amount of stuff. So there seems to be a lot more flexibility inherent in characters now. It seems a lot more, they're giving us a lot more solo heroes. Heroes you could take by themselves and they can do a little bit of everything. Maybe not an expert at anything, but they can do everything pretty good. And so Adam Warlock's another one of those. I love this ability to discard a card. And especially once you've got this build up where you could draw 2 new ones. When I first saw that ability, I was like, that's okay, but you only have a 5-card hand. How's that going to work? Well, no, not only do you get whatever it says on here, but you're going to get 2 cards draw in addition to it, plus unexhaust yourself. Are you kidding me? Every single time you play one of those cards? I know it's only once per turn, but still, it's amazing flexibility and it benefits you to do it. Now you have to build up to get there, but it's so cool. This soul world I had not seen before. A full heal is pretty nifty. And actually I would have just gotten a soul token at the end of that round too. But I mean, I don't know if you remember, but I was down to 2 health at one point this game. To jump right back up to 11, I mean, that's pretty amazing. So, and those other signature cards, Karmic Blast is super cool. See, I was a little worried about it at first because I'm like, well, I'm jumping through my deck. I would have loved to get this staff, but we've seen this before. Again, it's just a resource generator. These cards are real cool where you get to put them in the enemy's deck. I didn't get to see that in action, but it feels like it'd be real nice to see a card with your background on the back staring you in the face, ready to come up. It's like, oh yeah, I know I don't have to worry now. Or I know exactly what's going to happen. It gives you more knowledge, more foresight. But these cosmic wards, man, I love anything that stops. Because when revealed, that includes Shadows of the Past, right? Now, it's a little less flexible than a lot of Black Widow stuff, where she can trigger it when she wants with her preparations. This one is forced interrupt. When it happens, you have to do it. But I wasn't sad any time it came up. I mean, I didn't want that one advance to happen. I didn't want whatever the last one was. Oh, activate the other villain. Yeah, I definitely didn't want any of that. So all the things that it removed were just great. I mean, it basically cancels one of their cards for 1 cost. To cancel an entire card of theirs? Are you kidding me? Absolutely, all day, every day. No question about it. So, anyway, there's my my Mad Titan review. You got to see Adam Warlock here this afternoon. Again, links will be in the show notes. Go over to One Stop Co-op Shop non-streaming channel to see my Spectrum, aka Monica Rambo, playthrough against Ebony Maw. So that's the first scenario. This was the second scenario, and stick with us on Fridays. You know you're going to see more Marvel Champions. Friday nights, 10 o'clock, me and Terrence playing, and we always have a good time. And that's going to be live, and so you get to chat with us, you get to interact with us. I hope you enjoyed this play, and we will see you soon. Bye!